Welcome back to another video. We are back. I actually just made this video and I'm re-recording it because I want to bring y'all the best content. But what we're going to talk about today and what you're going to learn today is the ultimate strategy. And no, I don't got the king of strategies because I would be worth $100 billion or something, right? But the strategy that is the best, the ultimate day trading strategy is the one that you can stick to. And if you've been struggling, if you having trouble sticking to it, if you having trouble finding discipline or understanding where to trade and how to trade, or if you're just starting out and you really want to know, this is not necessarily a beginner video, but it is something that you can take and go look for today and implement it tomorrow. It's something that you can, I'm not saying you're gonna make money tomorrow, but you can take what I'm gonna show you, go find it, collect data. And that's the first thing we're gonna talk about because the best way to become the best at your strategy is to collect data. I have thousands and thousands and thousands of screenshots that I went myself, not somebody else's. I went myself back in time, back tested on FX Replay, back tested on TradingView. If you don't know what TradingView is, get it. That is the best app for traders to see all the charts for everything, stocks, crypto, Forex, futures, everything, all right? If you got money to spend every month, then get FX Replay because that's where I back tested. And then also I forward test. So instead of you using money, you can demo account. You could get Trade Locker these days. You could get MetaTrader still in, I believe, demo trade. You could do all these things and take the strategy that you already collected hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of screenshots on, and then you can actually forward test that in the market. So New York session XYZ time, I want to see X, Y, and Z. I want to do this, and then you take the trade. You see if it worked. If it do, it don't. You journal it, and you write down what happened and why it didn't work out or why it did work out and how you felt in those moments. And those are things that I wasn't taught to do back then, but it's stuff that I do now as far as the mental side. But collecting data is something I've always done, and that's why I'm able to bring my strategy to you today. So by the end of this video, you will have a strategy. You will understand what sweep of liquidity is. You will understand how important time is, and you will also understand supply and demand and how to utilize the daily time frame with the 1 hour time frame to enter trades and become a profitable trader. So without further ado, let's get straight to this chart. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you want to see more videos in the future, let me know down in the comments what you think about this and what you want to see more of or what you're struggling with. Alrighty, team. So as you can see, when I'm looking for my strategy or I'm looking to trade, there's a few things that I'm looking for no matter what. So I'm always looking for the same stuff. I'm not deviating from it. And that's something that I'm working on becoming a master at, is just doing the same thing because I have a lot of market knowledge. I know where the charts are going. And I'm pretty sure some of you deal with the same stuff. You know where the charts are going, you know where price is going. You want to get in, but you don't know how fast or how soon or how early it's going to get there, whatever. So you will end up getting blundered. You have to just stick to what you know. So first questions I'm thinking about is who's in control, right? So we want to know who's in control. Are bears or bulls in control? Easiest way to know is bears in control. You will see price moving down this way. If bulls are in control, you will see price moving this way. And if it's at equilibrium, you will see price moving this way, right? Sideways. So we got bearish, bullish, and then we have our equilibrium or, rangy price action. Now, that's very easy. Sometimes we want to look at all this extra stuff. Who's in control? Go look at the daily time frame. Go look at the 15-minute or the hour or the 4-hour. Those are the time frames I use. Don't look at the 5-minute. Go look at these higher time frame levels to understand who's in control for the day, not for the year or the month. Who's in control right now and who's showing intention in the market. What levels am I looking at? So map out your supply and demand levels. If you don't know what supply and demand levels is, let me know in the comments and what you don't know about it, and I'll break it down for you. I'll make a video immediately and make sure I put one of those out for you. So you want to map out those supply and demand levels, right? Understand your premium and discount levels. Understand where the liquidity is. Is there liquidity taken? Is there liquidity to target? Understand those two things, which I'll show you more of, right? These are questions. And then most importantly, what time is it? Is it my session time? If you're new to this, understand that the markets for Forex or futures is 24/7 basically. Stock market is 9:30 to 4:30 p.m. I mean, 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I don't trade stocks. I trade Forex futures basically. So understand what session you are. Me, 7 to 10 a.m. That's what I'm looking for. Only that. So that's an overview of what I want to ask myself before I even look for my setup, because I need to have a map of what's going on in the markets before I even look for it, because that map allows me to, okay, I'm at this destination, I could go here, I could go here, instead of just saying, oh, I know where we're going. No, have a map, lay it out for yourself, understand everything so you can build a bias. And sometimes that bias changes throughout the session, but you at least have something to refer to in the beginning of the day so you don't become impulsive. And back in the day, that was my biggest issue, is impulsiveness. That's why a checklist is important. And speaking of checklists, our checklist is, we got all of that intact. We want to have a sweep of liquidity, right? We want to have supplier demand break, and we want to make sure time is aligned with everything. This is our checklist. So that sweep of liquidity, that's going to be price making an abrupt move, sweeping, and then going the opposite way. Or that can also be something of a range price action. We move abruptly one way and then go the opposite way, right? That is a sweep of liquidity. We want to understand, hey, where's the sweep at? Where's the liquidity? Because the market moves to liquidity. If you don't understand what that means, is all this price action here are orders. People enter here, people enter here, people enter here, people enter here, here. When price goes to that level, it is grabbing those orders from that level and then it's continuing the other way or the same direction. So I want to see a sweep of liquidity, because that shows me that market makers are in the market. They took liquidity, they gather orders from a specific level, and potentially they're going to continue to move in the right way or the way that I'm expecting. I don't know if it's going to be the same direction or the opposite direction, but that sweep of liquidity tells me something important. Now, you can always grab liquidity, but price also needs to have a supplier demand break after that, meaning we have, some people call them breaks of structures. I don't wait for full breaks of structures because I don't swing trade, I day trade. So I'm looking for supply and demand breaks. That's as simple as the supply level pushing price fully down, creating a new lower low, and then demand takes out that higher low that made that lower low, and we start a bullish shift or vice versa, right? And then I also want to align my time. Time is the most important thing out of everything that I'm telling y'all. If you don't trade in the right time, you will always lose, because you don't know. You have to collect data on the time that you can trade. So if you are somebody who needs to trade during an Asia session, then your data needs to be collected during Asia, right? Like you need to trade Asian pairs. Like that's what you need to look at. So without further ado, let's get into the charts and kind of break down what's going on. So first of all, on our daily, and this video is going to be quick. I'm going to break this all down for y'all in a second. So this video is going to be quick. So based on what I'm looking at here, we are bullish. This is our high. This is our low. This is our high. All of this action is pure liquidity at the end of the day. It's just the market moving, because the market moves like this, right? Higher highs and higher lows. Simple, right? Now it is a lot more, complex than that, but just to keep it simple, that's what's going on. This is a strong low because this low has now took some orders, swept this level, turtle soup, ICT action, and then we created a new high and took out this level of supply, which I would deem supply because we have a nice big candle move to the upside, gather more buyers in the market, and then we push all the way down. We pushed up to gain liquidity as supply is in control, why is demand holding, and then we create new lows. Now, from that level, that turtle soup action, we actually held demand all the way up here and actually broke that level and tapped into a premium supply level right here, which is giving us a push down. So potentially right now, we're just going to go back into the discount of this entire range, meaning from this level to this level, this is our range right now. We have to understand that. So from this low, I'm looking over here, but I'm putting in here, from this low lined up to this high up here, if we can get it up there. Let me actually back up and move this out the way. So we could get this low down here to this high. We see that our 50% is here. And if I draw a line across this 50% right here, you can see that price touches it, go above it, tries to touch it, touch it, plays around at it, get sellers and buyers in. It's not a good level to trade at. But anything above that, we start to get our big moves. Anything below that, we start to get our huge moves, as you can see, right? So we're now back. We know that on our daily level, if we are going bearish, we're probably going into the discount. Anything that lines up with the discount, like this level here, I'm going to look for price to target that level first before I think about it doing anything else. So this is what I'm looking for. Now I'm back to my 1 hour. If I need the 15, I'll use it, but I don't. That same daily level that we liked is here. And within that daily level, you see these Asia lows that aren't taken. If we zoom in on there, Asia low, still available and unused. So we can target those levels because Asia is that is liquidity. It's people who enter during those times. It's people who, all of this is liquidity at the end. All of these lows are future is being used up ever since this first low failed or this first low or even this first demand break. So what I'm waiting for is, again, supply and demand breaks, all right? So based on what I'm seeing here, I see price starting to push up. I like this level. Why do I like this level with this imbalance? Because this level with the imbalance reacted from this low here, which was a level of demand. When price got to that level, as you can see, they tried to actually push price up, buyers, and tried again, and then sellers took control and pushed price all the way down here. So this is a key level. Now, price can always come up to this imbalance, can come higher and just continue higher, but this is the first level that I'm interested in. Remember, who's in control? What are the levels I'm looking at? This was one of them. So I remember trying to take a sell from here, and it actually didn't pan out the way we wanted to going into the week. It stopped, slowed down, and it didn't take out the low. And not taking out that low, I know that this was a potential liquidity level, and potentially we could go higher than this level. So who's in control right now? Supply, we're just waiting. And then we get this big abrupt move. And all while we're getting this big abrupt moves, if supply is supposed to be in control, why is this lick of demand holding right now? This is weak demand in the market, but it's holding right now, and we can't get past it. Why is that? Potentially because supply is in control. So we do end up getting a sweep. And we don't know it's a sweep until it breaks this level. So let's wait for that to happen. Doesn't happen. And then overnight in Asia happens, and we actually push lower and lower into that demand level that I liked. Now I'm looking at my supply level here that already has been mitigated, somewhat mitigated. Now we have a small supply chain here, and our next level of supply, we could just drag this over, will be around this level here, somewhere around here. We're looking at, I know within this candle, I know on the 15-minute, it was something like this is what we were looking at. And if we go to the 15-minute, we can kind of break it down. As you can see, we got these two levels here. This one swept the highs and pushed down. And then this level swept these highs right here and ended up breaking down. So this was the level we liked. And we just took up to this candle here, and we got this above it. And then I go back to the hour, and all I'm doing is just waiting for price to get there. And remember, we're looking for a sweep of liquidity, and then it breaks what? That demand level. And then now we got the two things we needed. We needed a sweep of liquidity, and we needed a supply or demand break. We got the sweep, and we got the supply, the demand break. We also hold in the level of demand, so now we're creating an actual supply chain, which is going to help us hold on. And then we also have liquidity to target for the future. So we wait for price. We get this big candle. In my eyes, that's liquidity. Bring it here, because if stop loss here, because if price takes this level, then supply is no longer in control. These sales cannot hold. Potentially they could, but I highly doubt it. So we do that, come here, enter on that big candle, and then strength enters the market. Why? Because we got a ton of liquidity build up here. We have supply who entered the market here. And we also had some news that helped move price lower and lower. We have liquidity to target, and we have a weak low here as well. So this is all this is simply how you want to look at the markets and how you want to trade. And then another trade today from this level was, again, map out my levels. Well, I like this level here. This is part of our supply chain. I just take the 50% of the extreme, because more than likely Nas likes to come to the extreme or just go the opposite way. And then we also have on the 15-minute a beautiful level here. And the reason this is nice, because this was a demand level that we got a reaction from. That, remember that demand that entered the market got everybody scared, right? Well, that became a supply demand flip, because we got a reaction, push down, reaction, and then we just broke through it. So I know somewhere over here, this price is going to hold if we could get there. And I just dragged that out. I got two levels mapped out, and then going into the day, we pushed lower, and we got a nice let's see, on the hour time frame, because that's what I use mostly, we get a nice break here. And then for buy confirmation, I would want to see this high broken as well. And we get this broken as well, I believe. Boom. Slightly. So now we just waited. And the reason, there's two things that can happen. Again, our sweep happened here, right? So now you want to say, all right, where's the sweep? Well, this is our sweep. We swept liquidity, right? Where's our supply demand break? Well, we broke demand here and we broke it with strength. And actually the break came from this level here. Even though we started here, this demand tried to give a reaction and then sellers took over from here. So this is a key level for us right here. And now we just need time to align 7 through 10. And as you can see, we took this sell here, beautiful sell, right on this candle as soon as it touched it. And it was just 1 to 2, 1 to 2. And the next candle we exit, and it actually goes and tries to get deeper into this premium level up here. So though this one didn't hit the floor, you have to understand and know where you are in the market. Here we were at the supply chain and we were at the premium of that range right there. This was the high, this was the low. If I drag it from this high to low, we're deep in the premium. But over here, we are high to low. We are in a premium, but not deep into it. There's a lot more for price sellers rested above there on liquidity for us to get in the market. So this is simply how you want to map out your strategy. And it is also what you want to do. And you want to know with that, what you're looking for, how you're going to outline what you want. And then you just let the market show you his cards, let it show you his hand, and then you patiently wait. That's something that we all need to work on. That's something that I'm going to continue to work on, continue to get better at. But a sweep of liquidity, a break of supply and demand, 7 to 10 Central Standard Time. We're looking for our that. And we want to always have a map, you know, who's in control, what time is it? What levels are we looking at? Is there liquidity to target? Is there liquidity at all anywhere in the market that we should be aware of and understand where everything is? So I hope you guys love this video. I know you will, you know what I'm saying? But if there's anything about this video that you don't understand, anything that you thought was important, learned, drop a comment below. And if there's anything you want to see in the near future, drop a comment below and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all.